Kindergarten. A great place to learn and play. Meet teachers. Punch your friends in the face. Tease your friends. Throw your friends into a hole. Eat radioactive food. Help your teacher sew clothes. Feed the crocodile lunch. In the game, you play as a kindergarten student and start your first Monday at a new school. Here, in the process of talking and learning, you will encounter countless incidents from small to large or even terrifying at this school. The most special thing is that when the school day ends, no matter how bad that day is, the next day you will still start over and everything will return to the same, except for the objects you keep during the day at the end of the day. Every day in class, you will talk to different characters, and each character has their own story. This leads to missions that help you collect objects to support in performing other missions. First of all, we will learn about the main character. We do not know the main character's name. All he does during the day is go to school and come back to his room. The room is also not strange, except the Monstermon cards are arranged in a circle. In Part 2, they are arranged on the shelf. The characters in the kindergarten all have their own past, and the fact that Monday keeps repeating itself proves that we are in a time loop. And this loop affects all creatures and objects outside the room. And now let's analyze the characters in both parts of the game. The first character will be Bugs. If this is your first time playing Kindergarten, Bugs is the first character you will encounter. Because every time you step into school with more than $3 in your pocket, Bugs will rob you and split the money. Bugs is a typical bully in school. When talking, we know that Bugs' father has left, but he still believes that his father is just buying medicine and will come back. When performing Bugs' mission, we also realize that Bugs really likes Cindy and he has a big grudge against Ms. Applegate. At the same time, he is also under the strict attention of the principal. After Bugs' mission, we get Applegate's phone. The second character is Cindy. Cindy is a character with a complicated family life. According to the clues, Cindy's family is not very harmonious. Cindy's father is in prison and her mother has an affair. Cindy's statements about wanting a boyfriend are most likely learned from her mother. We know that Cindy had a dog, but it went missing. And from that, Cindy's character is stubborn and selfish. When doing Cindy's mission, we know that she hates Billy and Lily. The third character is Jerome, the son of the principal in Part 1. Jerome is a real rich kid and always claims to be the coolest in school. When doing Jerome's mission, we know that Miss Applegate and the janitor follow Jerome's orders because his father is the principal. After Jerome's mission, we get the mold of the principal's key. Jerome also appears in Part 2, but he is just a supporting character who always stands in a corner and cries alone for his father's death in Part 1. The fourth character is Monty, a genuine black market dealer with a smart personality. We can buy and sell many different items from Monty, and those items help us complete different missions. After Monty's mission, we get the key to the principal's office. When giving the key, Monty mentions that there is a dark conspiracy in this school. In Part 2, Monty is a student in the genius class, but he has to use a wheelchair because the janitor broke his leg, and Monty's function in Part 2 is still a black market dealer. The fifth character is Lily, a normal, kind girl who is looking for information about the disappearance of her younger brother Billy. The person she suspects the most is the principal, and if you pay close attention, you will see that during mealtime, Lily will sneak out and stand in front of the principal's office to eavesdrop. In the ending of Part 2, Lily will appear in the basement. The sixth character is Billy, Lily's younger brother, Nugget's best friend. This boy went missing in Part 1 and hid behind a cardboard box in Part 2. In the ending of Part 1, Billy was locked in a laboratory tank. The main character and Lily saved Billy during that event. In the final ending of Part 2, Billy appeared in the basement. The seventh character, and also the strangest character, is Nugget. We also know that Nugget is always bullied by Bugs during mealtime, and Ms. Applegate always isolates Nugget from other students. The strange thing about Nugget is the cave he dug in the middle of the playground, and to get into the cave, Nugget has to pour fried chicken nuggets first and then jump in. Inside the cave are a lot of fried chicken nuggets and Cindy's dog's body. Nugget also tells us that the principal gave him pills to forget what happened during Billy's disappearance. After Nugget's mission, we get Billy's message before he disappeared. In Part 2, Nugget will be stuck in the basement. And in most of the missions in Part 2, we will see Nugget lose an arm because he tried to crawl out of the bars. The 8th and 9th characters are Ted and Felix. They are twin brothers and also the two heirs of the Applesoft Company. Unlike his brother, Ted has a kind personality and wants to prove that he is a worthy heir to the Applesoft company. Felix is a student in the genius class, has the personality and actions of a businessman. After completing Felix's mission, we learn that he wants to kill his brother Ted to inherit the family fortune. Characters 10 and 11 are Ozzy and Carla. Both are supporting characters. Ozzy is always complaining about his friends having to leave to make way for new students. Carla is a student in the genius class who is also strong-willed and athletic. Both of these characters do not have their own missions, but they are supporting characters for us in other missions. The 12th character is Penny, the daughter of the principal in Part 2. She is a student in the genius class. She has a friendly and sociable personality. If you go to the final ending of Part 2, you will know that Penny is a robot. The proof is that she can detect metal and shoot lasers with her eyes to save Nugget from the bars. And here are the adult characters in the kindergarten. First is Ms. Applegate. Although she is a teacher, Applegate always finds ways to suspend her students and sees them as troublemakers. It is clear that she has no knowledge or ethics of a teacher. This is shown by the fact that if we want to get more gold stars and her special lunch card, we have to kill all the other students. In some missions, she also beats students to relieve stress. She also often shirks responsibility, and she is addicted to a type of opium sold by Monty. Anyone who gives her drugs can easily manipulate her. Next is the janitor. He is very cruel, or can also be called a serial killer with an extremely grumpy temper. Because he is a veteran with severe PTSD, hates children, gets angry easily. His weapon is a mop. The principal in Part 1 keeps him working to hide the mysteries in the school. He is also the one who kills Cindy's dog and turns it into meatballs that he sells during lunch. In Part 2, he also plans to kill the friendly janitor Bob because he wants to be the only janitor in the school. Bob is a nice, friendly guy. He is always ready to protect the children. He has feelings for Applegate. A new character is added, Dr. Danner. He is a new teacher in Part 2. He manages the school's science class and only cares about smart people. He discriminates against people who are less smart. The last character is the two principals of the school. Both of these characters are different, but their roles and personalities are similar. They all carry out dark plots in the school and cover it up by giving students and teachers strange drugs that make them forget many things. Now, let's make a connection and link the information from Part 1 and 2 together. From the beginning, we know that the plot of the game is a loop. When you die in the game, you have to play again. This proves that death is not the end that the main character or the plot is aiming for. In the instructions, all the side quests are aimed at the final mission of destroying the principal's plan. But to really end the game, you have to find the Monstermon cards. Normally, the time loop is created for a purpose, but in kindergarten, this time loop continues indefinitely. And in my opinion, the way to find the owner of the loop is to find the person who did not die in all the missions in both parts of the game. And the person we are talking about is Nugget. Some of you will say that Nugget died 3 times in Part 1. The first time was Cindy's mission. The second time was the teacher's mission. And the third time was in the secret ending. But we were all fooled by Nugget. In Cindy's mission, Nugget did not die from the fall. If you rewind a bit, we will see that Lily jumped first. And it is extremely likely that Lily replaced the chicken nuggets to cushion Nugget's fall. The second and third times, Nugget jumped into the pit to commit suicide. But if you rewind, you will see that the fried chicken nuggets were already spread out beforehand. So Nugget's falls were just staged to make us think that Nugget was like the other characters. In Part 2, we clearly see Nugget's immortality through the fact that Nugget was missing an arm all day and still lived. Both armless and headbanging and still alive. The entire Part 2 makes Nugget a special character, and he is considered almost immortal in the entire kindergarten character universe. In my opinion, Nugget is something that created everything. A matrix that includes the school, the characters, or it created and controlled Nugget as its incarnation. The character we play is just a boy trying to escape the matrix. That is why every time he leaves the room, the main character always asks himself if he is ready to start a new day at kindergarten. Another point is that Nugget always speaks in the third person, that is to say, in the role of the narrator. And in the 2 secret endings, Nugget breaks the 4th wall and talks to us. In Part 2, the main character also has this ability. This further supports the theory that Nugget is just a body and is controlled by something else. And from a dialogue in Part 1 we know that it is described as the most evil in the kindergarten universe. And our main character has learned how to break the kindergarten matrix. That is to find and collect all the Monstermon cards. Or more precisely, the amulets. When all the amulets are available, the matrix will self-destruct or start a new matrix, or in other words, a new day. So the real plot in kindergarten is clear. The main character is trapped in a space created by a demonic entity. This space is a matrix simulating the characters in a kindergarten. To escape the matrix, the main character must participate in the stories and find all the amulets hidden everywhere. In Part 3, characters like Bugs, Billy, Ted, and Jerome do not appear. Applegate is still alive, teaching as usual. We also know why Bugs didn't go to school. Seems he got expelled because of what happened with Applegate. Billy does not appear because he is on an investigation mission at another school. We will know this in a mission in Part 3. And here are the important characters in Part 3. This is Austin, a naughty boy, doesn't bully others like Bugs. He just likes to throw rocks at things. Next is Emmy, a girl who loves nature. She grows a garden at the school gate. She is very kind, and she is the target of Cindy's bullying. Next is Davy, the son of the previous principal. He knows his father is missing but doesn't worry because he feels that his father is a bad person. He can talk to the alligator. Its name is Linda. Davy cares about Linda a lot. He knows the old janitor is trying to harm it. Next is Alice. She is one of the 3 children that the main characters group saved from the slime pool in Part 2. The events in Part 2 made her not remember what happened on Monday and Tuesday, and she is worried about a missing friend named Kevin. This is the nurse, a former war veteran. Although she has a difficult personality, she cares a lot about the children in the school. Her healing ability is also very good. And this is Miss Lovelet. She is the head teacher of the kindergarten class. She has an artistic soul, loves poetry and acting. She doesn't care about the students at all. Most of the words she says are like a poem. She used to have an ambiguous relationship with Felix's father. And this is Mr. Scipio. He is often found hiding in an abandoned classroom of the school. He is an alcoholic, often mumbles incomprehensible things, afraid to interact with others. Lastly, Regis. He used to be a janitor but was unexpectedly promoted to principal because the old principal went missing. Regis is also plotting something. Part 3 of the kindergarten game revolves around restoring Alice's memory and finding 2 missing people. They are Kevin and the good principal. With the help of Linda, we reached a basement where the good principal and Kevin were locked. But Kevin had turned into a monster. The one who caused this was Regis. The main character used a gun to shoot a special antidote, which had the effect of restoring Kevin's sanity. He freed the good principal. The principal wants us to find and cure others in the school. At the same time, bring them down to the basement to restore Kevin's form. He gave us a duck, wanting us to give it directly to his son, Davy. Back to the classroom. The school was locked down. We cured Nugget's mutation. Then a robot suddenly appeared to find the gun that the main character was holding. Miss Lovelet saw the gun and told the robot. But because she was standing in the middle, she was shot by the robot. The main character and his friends find a way to disable the robot. He tells about the plan to rescue Kevin and the principal. Nugget will use the gun to cure the mutant creatures in the playground. Davy will wait at Linda to take everyone to the basement. In the playground, Nugget and the main character together cure the mutation of the dog and the animals in the yard. Lily later joins. Alligator Linda takes everyone to the basement. But when they get there, they see the principal about to die. He asks everyone to continue the plan to save Kevin and defeat Regis. The group goes inside. Regis and his army are waiting. He says that the slide in the playground is actually a special scanning device. It finds mutant individuals. The good principal wants to cure the mutants, while Regis wants to keep them for research. Then, the group defeats Regis. Linda pushes him down the slime pit. The group successfully restores Kevin's body. But the game is not over yet. Davy asks the main character to jump down the pit with him to help Linda, because Regis is still alive. The two go down the pit and see that Regis has become a giant monster. Luckily, Linda has also transformed into a bigger one. The two fight against Regis, completely destroying him. The basement then collapses, causing everyone in the school to fall into the ground. And that is the end. If you collect enough Monstermon cards, Nugget will appear. Take the main character to school. We will see the characters here are killed by meteorites. These details are not related to the main plot. After all 3 parts, we realize that everything in kindergarten revolves around a type of green goo. It can cause mutations to creatures. It is also used as fuel for electronic devices. Even Monty uses it to make the opium he often sells. Its origin comes from underground creatures. According to the dialogue, we can understand that in this game there are many schools. They are connected to each other through a system of underground tunnels. The principals seem to know about the existence of the tunnels and green goo. According to what Scipio said, he knows Dr. Danner, the teacher in Part 2. Both of them discovered a special gene that only appears in 5-year-old children. When a 5-year-old child is exposed to the green goo, the child will activate the mutant gene. It will develop rapidly in a severely abusive environment. 2 principals in Part 1 and 2 use the green goo to research mutations on children. David, the good principal, cooperates with Apple Soft Company to find a cure for mutation. They have researched a pill that reverses the mutation process. It is extracted from a rare white flower. It is also the flower that Emmy gives to the main character after completing her mission. There is a high chance that the mystery of the underground creatures will be in Part 4. Because at the end of Part 3, we did not have the end of the day like Parts 1 and 2. There was only a scene where the characters fell into a giant hole. It is very possible that the next part will be about a laboratory, even starting at a school of underground creatures. And that's the end of today's video. If you find it interesting, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.